Hi guys, it's Tyson from Nihongo Hongo. Today I'm going to talk about do's and don'ts in Japan. Recently on the Google I found this article, 31 do's and don'ts in Japan. Crucial etiquette to not to look like a tourist. So sounds like you guys have no right to look like a tourist. But she later mentioned that don't be the annoying one. So don't worry, it's completely okay to be look like a tourist. And this article is really high quality and really detailed. So I highly recommend you to check it. So I just put the link in the description so you guys can check it. So I just choose 6 do's and then 6 don'ts in Japan. So if you don't want to be the annoying tourist or don't want to get the cold stare, check this video. So first, let's talk about do's in Japan. I chose 6 of them from the article. Number 1, be quiet in bullet train and metro train in Japan. I do agree with this article. Last time I went back to Japan and I took a train, I was so surprised how it's quiet even though there's so many people. If you realize it, it's good. But some people don't realize it's actually quiet and they just keep talking with normal volume. Obviously, you will get the cold stare from other people. If you don't care, it's okay. But if you don't want to get cold stare, try to speak quietly as much as possible. Never be this annoying tourist. By the way, now he got sued by the railway company. Number 2, say kanpai when clinking glasses before drinking. There are many rules for nomikai. Nomikai means drinking party in Japan. But this is the most basic one, saying kanpai. Like you guys say cheers, we say kanpai. Interestingly, this kanji, kan, means to dry. Hai means glass. So kanpai means dry the glass. So it's said before drinking. We don't say chin chin in Japan in this situation. Do's number 3. This article says slap your noodles. Okay, I understand. I get it. Yes, we do slap noodles, but it doesn't mean you also have to do it. Actually, I don't agree with this article. Some say Japanese people slap noodles because slapping noodles, making sound, making noise while you are eating is showing the respect to the chef, or it's a sign of I'm feeling oishi, But none of them are right. Why we slap noodles is we just don't care. By the way, I'd like to add some information to this article. Do not never make noise when you chew, like it's not acceptable at all. You think it's weird because we slap noodle, it's acceptable and okay. But doing this thing is not acceptable. So, it's weird, but this is Japan. Do's 4. Dress somewhat conservatively and smartly. Not really sure if you should follow like dressing conservatively or smartly. I'm not really sure, but I think it's good to know that Japanese people, especially ladies, dress so that their skin doesn't show that much. But I think it's basically okay to whenever you want to wear, but overly exposing your skin can turn some hentai ojisan on. So be careful. Do's number 6. Learn some basic Japanese phrases. I think this is the most important ones for you. Believe it or not, some stores in Japan won't accept you if you cannot speak in Japanese. Generally, Japanese people are not really good at speaking English. I used to be the one too. I really couldn't speak at all until when I was 23 years old. So considering this, you might have hard time communicating during your stay with Japanese people. Means it's really difficult for you to travel around Japan as well, especially in countryside. If you don't know how to start, I have a course called Japanese for Travelers. You can learn basic Japanese phrase with me for each situation like convenience store, cafe, hotel, something like that. But if you don't like to study, anyway, get my course, because if you print out this PDF file attached to my course, you don't have to even study at all. You can just bring it and then read it. I think it's kinda important to do it in Japan. So I'll leave the link in the description. Now let's talk about don'ts in Japan. I picked 6 of them. So, number 1, don't walk around eating or smoking. Reading this article, eating while walking around between attractions may seem like you are killing 2 birds with 1 stone. However, this is considered quite rude in Japan, and I don't agree with this. I mean, of course, if there is a place to sit and eat, it's better to eat it there. But if there's no access to that kind of place, I think it's okay to eat while you are walking. I don't think it's rude at all. I see so many people walking around in, anywhere, like in the Osaka, Tokyo, I do it too. Every do's and don'ts video mentioned this one, but it's actually not true. However, there's of course certain places you should avoid eating while walking, such as train station, and of course in the train, inside the mall, or other place that could be crowded, like Shibuya Scramble. Maybe you should avoid because you could bump into someone and boom, it's gonna be a problem. But other than that, I don't think it's a problem. So don't worry about it too much. But about smoking while you are walking, yes, I do agree. Do not smoke walking. There are many smokers in Japan. However, recently, nowadays, smoking outside becoming like really strict, and then people are becoming more sensitive than ever. If you wanna smoke, try to find the place where you can smoke. You will see ashtray somewhere. Number 2, don't misuse your chopsticks. Yes, this is important to know, quite important. There are some rules you should follow about using chopsticks. Number 1, do not pass food chopsticks to chopsticks. Number 2, do not stab food with chopsticks. Number 3, don't move dishes using chopsticks. Hold it with your hand and get it. Number 4, don't stab rice like this way. Never do it. Don't use chopsticks like a drumstick because chopsticks are not drumsticks. I highly suggest you to holding how to use chopsticks, but if you can't hold it or use it properly, at least don't do the things I mentioned above. Don't number 3, don't harass the sacred deer in Nara Park. This is important. I know you wanna have fun with the furry, cute, pretty deer in Japan because they are cute, really cute. But you guys tourists, including Japanese people, are not cute for them. Since many people are coming to Japan, more and more people are coming to Japan, the deers in Nara is kind of frustrated. So never try to tease deers with their snack. If too many deers come to you, just throw everything away and just run away. Because it can be dangerous. Never touch it, never hug it, never kick it, because they can be quite aggressive. Number 4, don't leave a tip. This is also important for you to know. In Japanese culture, leaving a tip, accepting a tip is not a common thing. Okay, it's not our custom. I don't say it's rude to leave a tip, but basically, I suggest not to leave a tip. When I was working in izakaya restaurant in Japan, sometimes like foreign people gave me tip. They tried to give me a tip, but we never received it before. So I was like, no, I cannot receive money. And they kind of insisted to me. So I had to check with the store manager. I had to ask hey, store manager, the customer is giving me a tip. Is it okay to receive, And then he said, no, you shouldn't. So I was like, sorry, I cannot receive it. And one day, a customer left coins on the table. And then I was wiping and I found it, right? So I was like, he forgot it. So I was kind of running to the customer, and excuse me, you forgot this. And then the customer said, no, that's tip for you because you did a great work. Something like that. But it was like, sorry, but we cannot receive it. So I had to give it to you back. Of course, it depends on the place, but of course, it depends on the region as well. If it's in Tokyo, Osaka, more people are accepting tips recently, maybe. But if you really like the service or food and really want to tip, don't just pass it suddenly. Okay? Tell them if you really like the food the service staff and you are really glad, and then ask if they accept tips. If they say no, don't insist. Just say ありがとうございました and then leave the place. Because if you insist, you can be a problem. Instead of tipping, I recommend you to buy some food or drink for the staff from their menu. Okay, this kind of culture, sometimes people do it in izakaya restaurant. Another way of showing appreciation is maybe you can go to convenience store and then buy snack or drink and then give it to them. I think they will more gladly accept it more than just giving money. However, certain industry accept tips. For example, like tour guide and international bar. So anyway, if you are not sure, just ask them if they accept tip. If they say no, don't insist. Okay. Number 5, don't wear perfume when eating sushi. I mean, when you go to a restaurant. Yes, Japanese people do wear perfume, but we prefer subtle scent. Maybe, of course, depends on the kind of perfume, but maybe we just put 1 push, 2 push, pip, 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 finish. But for me, 3 push sounds too much. Well, even if you overwear perfume on the street, people don't really care, you know. Maybe they will just look back at you like, 外国人の匂いする. But it's a different story when it comes to when you go to restaurant, especially expensive ones. Your favorite perfume can ruin someone's dinner time. People won't be happy, obviously, because it changes how you feel the food, obviously. So try to minimize how much you wear perfume if you know you go to a restaurant. But the best is not wearing anything. Okay. The last but not least, I want you to know, don't blow your nose loudly in public. I mean, I don't think it's taboo, but we just don't blow nose in public. We kind of hide it, you know? We don't do it in front of people, usually. And instead, maybe it sounds weird for you, but we sniffle anywhere. I know it sounds disgusting for some people, but we do it anyway. So get prepared for it. So I just showed you my personal opinion about this do's and don'ts thing in Japan. They are mostly right, but for me, some of them are a bit weird. But I might be wrong as well. This is the point. Even I am a native Japanese, I have some different common sense from other people. So try to ask your Japanese friend or teacher how they feel about it, okay? And discuss with it. And don't forget to leave a comment for arguments. I also post short videos on Instagram so that you guys can learn like travel phrases. So check it out. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson. ほな。